swimming class. After the school prayer was over, the principal announced, "From now on, you will have weekly hobby classes. It will be compulsory for you to participate in a game every Saturday.
Okay, sir.
All the children will have to maintain decorum in the swimming class, and there will be a specific dress code too. Those students who will prove themselves to be the best in these classes will be sent to participate at the state and national level on behalf of the school." Kids started applauding happily. After reaching home, Gattu says,
Mummy, you will have to buy us swimming costumes. From now on, we will be having swimming classes as hobby classes every Saturday. Wow, that's very nice. Swimming is really good for the health. It makes your muscles strong.
But Chinky was standing with a sad face. It's like she was not at all excited for the swimming class.
What happened, dear? Why are you so quiet? You don't look happy. You will also need swimming costumes, right? Mummy, I am scared of water. I will drown in the water for sure. Mummy, give me some excuse. I don't want to join swimming classes. Why, dear? You should never be scared. If you are scared of something, then face it. Otherwise, you will never overcome this fear. No, Mummy, I don't want to swim. What if I drown?
Mummy starts laughing after hearing this.
You will be alright. There will be some experts to teach you. Go, get ready. We will get to the market after Papa arrives and buy swimming costumes for you.
After some time, Papa returns from the office and they all go to the market.
Gattu Chinky, buy same costumes. Pick common color black. Yes, Mummy. I also like this dress. Mummy, I like this dress too.
So both of them bought their swimming costumes and then they tried them at home. It was Saturday and Chinky was trying very hard to take leave from the school.
Mummy, I have a headache. Can I take a leave? No excuses going to work, Chinky. Go to school and face your fear. I'm sure you will be a great swimmer one day.
Then Gattu started teasing Chinky.
Scared cat, scared cat. Don't tease her like this, Gattu. Encourage her. If she is scared today, she will continue to be scared. Take care of her in the class. After practicing for few days, everything will be alright. Okay, Mummy.
Both of them reached their school. After the regular classes were over, all kids reached the swimming area. Welcome class. First of all, go and change into your swimming costumes. There is a changing room in the back. Bunty, Gattu, Guddi and Chinky all changed their dresses and come back.
Chinky, the color of your dress is so nice. Your dress is beautiful too, Goody.
The teacher asked them to stand in a queue. The most important thing for swimming is controlling your breath. And the reason for it is, if you have to stay for a long period in the water, you will not have any problem in breathing. For this, you have to practice pranayam, which you were taught in yoga classes. Today, you will go into the pool and stay in it for a few minutes. Then an assistant came and taught the kids to tie swim tire to them. All the kids jumped into the water one by one, but Chinky was standing on the edge due to fear. What happened, Chinky? Why are you not going in?
I am scared, teacher.
Why are you scared? Nothing will happen. You have tied a tire to yourself. You can go in without worrying, and my assistant will also keep an eye on all of you. Her friends were also asking her to jump in.
Chinky, don't be scared. We are all here for you. Yes, Chinky, don't worry. You will like this. Chinky, please come into the pool. Come, Chinky, please.
Gattu comes out of the water and then talks to Chinky.
Come on, Chinky. I will come with you. There is nothing scary. Just close your eyes.
Gattu holds Chinky's hands and takes her to the pool.
The water is so cold. Now I will let go of your hand very slowly. And you can open your eyes slowly without any fear.
When Chinky opens her eyes, everyone was clapping for her.
Chinky, Chinky, Chinky.
Chinky is very happy too. The teacher says, "Didn't I tell you? You should not be scared. You are feeling good, right?"
Yes, teacher.
So that's it for today. Don't forget to practice pranayam for this whole week for your lungs.
Okay, teacher.
The whole week, kids watched swimming videos on YouTube. This time, Chinky was the first one to go into the water. Other kids were happy to see this. Teacher says, "Today you will learn how to kick your legs and how the hands have to move."
Okay, teacher.
Now all the kids have to go from this end to that end. Let's see who comes first. All the kids try to do that. Wow, Chinky, you are doing very good. So this way the swimming classes continued every Saturday and Chinky learned to swim very well and faster than all the other kids. You have overcome your fear, Chinky. And you have done your best. So we have decided that you should also be included in the team of 4 people which will participate in the inter-school competition. And second place goes to Bunty. All the kids started clapping.
Mummy, I got selected in school level competition. See, I told you, right? You will be a great swimmer one day. You have faced your fear. Do you know, Mummy, she was scared to jump in the pool on the first day. Yes, teacher told me that. But today she's a winner. So, as I say always, do the things that you are scared to do. And you will overcome the fear.
And Chinky rushes to Mummy and hugs her.
Mummy!
Laziness is the biggest enemy.
Many years back, in a city, Mr. Sharma used to live with his wife and his daughter Chinky. Mr. Sharma was a very good man and he used to take care of his family very well. Papa, I want a doll with a pink dress.
Sure, Chinky, I will get you a beautiful doll in pink dress.
But Mr. Sharma was a very lazy man. He liked sleeping so much that he used to sleep for long hours, due to which all his work used to get delayed. Papa, I asked you for a doll long time back, but still you did not bring it.
Yes, Chinky. Tomorrow I will definitely get it.
Mr. Sharma's father tried to make him understand that.
Son, you should avoid being lazy now. Yes, Dad. Even I don't want to be lazy anymore, but looks like I'm habitually lazy. And the other thing is, I like being lazy.
Because of his laziness, daily he used to reach office very late. When boss used to ask, he used to give new excuses every time.
Mr. Sharma, you're again late to office. Yes, sir. My vehicle got punctured. That is why I'm late. There was no gas in my car. That is why I'm late. Today I came by bus. That's why I'm late.
His boss used to get extremely frustrated listening to this.
Mr. Sharma, you better come to office on time, okay? Otherwise, I would need to give a punishment to you. If I come to office on time, then who's gonna sleep for long hours?
Like earlier, one day when he reached office very late, his boss said,
Mr. Sharma, I've told you many times in the past, but you're still coming late to office. That's why you would need to extend your working hours by 1 more hour. What? Extra 1 hour? That's right. You would need to work in office for 1 extra hour. And if you come late tomorrow as well, you would need to extend your working hours accordingly. But boss? No if, no but. And if you don't correct yourself sooner, you'll be working like this forever.
Listening to this punishment, Mr. Sharma felt very sad. But he had no choice, so silently he went and started working. That's when his colleague, Mr. Verma, came to meet him.
Mr. Sharma, just take care of yourself in the evening.
Why, Mr. Verma?
Don't you know when everyone leaves, dangerous ghosts come to this office?
What? Ghosts?
Yes, ghosts. One day I stayed very late in office, and that's when all these ghosts really troubled me bad. You take care, okay?
What are you saying? There is nothing called a ghost.
I'm really telling the truth. You just take care of yourself, okay?
I don't care about any ghosts and all. I just care about my sleep in the morning.
Mr. Sharma continued to work, and at sharp 6, the office closing hours bell rang. Everybody left office, but Mr. Sharma continued to work.
Our boss is really a fool. He thinks by extending my work hours by 1 hour, he can punish me. He thinks I'm gonna work hard now. I'm going to have a long nap.
Saying that, he rested his head on the table and slept. After some time, he heard a sound.
Who's that? Who's that? What? Did someone else also get a punishment like me to work in office? Doesn't look like there's anybody else.
That's when he heard a loud sound, which broke his sleep, and he got up.
Who's there?
When he went there and checked, there was no one.
There's nobody here.
Saying that, when he turned around, he noticed that a book was moving around the ground.
Huh? The book is moving all by itself. It must be the ghost. Run! Ghost! Run! Run!
And then he started running.
Mr. Verma was right. After office hours, we can see ghosts in this office.
After a while, he stopped.
There's really a ghost in this office.
When he again turned around, he noticed that the book was still following him.
What to do? This ghost is just not leaving me. Save
And
me.
then he started to run even faster. After running for a while, he saw that it was time for him to leave.
Thanks God. It's time for me to leave office now.
He took his bag and started to run towards the exit gate. Security saw him running, and then he asked him,
What happened, sir? Why are you running like that?
Oh, even you should run. There's a ghost in this office.
Saying this, he came out of the office.
Now I would come to office every day on time. Otherwise, that ghost might just eat me.
A ghost? Let me also check. How does a ghost look like?
Security came inside and started to look everywhere. He saw in a corner that a book was moving all by itself. Security went closer to the book, picked it up, and saw a rat under the book. Seeing the rat, the security understood the whole situation.
Oh, it's a rat, and Mr. Sharma thought it's a ghost. Now at least he'll come to office on time.
Like this, because of a rat, the fear of ghost entered into Mr. Sharma's head, and he started to come to office on time every day.
Mother's Day and Mom's Torture. It was when Gattu and Chinky's dad was going out of town on an office trip. Kids, don't bother Mom. And along with sports, focus on your studies as well. I will come back within a week. Grandma is coming to give you company, okay? And take this money so that you can eat whatever you want. Dad gave some money to Gattu and Chinky and went away. As soon as their father left, their mom's torture started.
Gattu, Chinky, you are still sleeping? Get up, you have to go to school.
Mom, please give 5 minutes more.
Did you forget what your dad has told you? Do not bother Mom. Get ready immediately. I will drop you at school.
Dad too used to adjust. Whenever we used to get late, he never used to go to office without dropping us at school. You too let us sleep for a while. Then you can take us to school.
I am your mom, not your dad. Wake up soon, otherwise you won't get anything. No breakfast, no lunchbox.
On hearing this, Gattu Chinky got angry and got up from the bed and started getting ready for school.
I have kept both your lunch boxes in your bags. Pick your bag up and come down. I have called the taxi online. It will be here in a while.
Dad used to carry our bags to the car. Then why are you asking us to pick our bags?
I am not your dad. I'm your mom. Stop repeating the same things over and over again. Let's hurry up.
Seeing this harsh treatment of their mom, Gattu Chinky almost started crying.
We won't go to school with you. If not with me, then with whom you will go?
with Hari's father. We will go with him.
Mom also got angry after hearing this.
Go with whoever you want. Don't bother me.
Saying this, their mom got furious and went inside the kitchen. Gattu Chinky also got angry and walked out of the hall, and their grandmother kept watching all this sitting on the couch. After Gattu Chinky's school ended in the evening, they came outside for returning back to home. That's when Hari came running to them.
Hey man, I'm really sorry. Dad is stuck in a meeting, so he's not coming to pick us up. My mother is coming, and that too on her scooty. But the three of us won't be able to go on that. If you say, I can tell my mom. My mom will call your mom, and then your mom will also come to pick you up.
Hearing this, both of them said,
No need of that.
Then what? Gattu and Chinky started walking towards their home.
Hari's mother is so nice. She came to take him. Our mother could have also come to pick us up. Why will she come? She doesn't love us at all.
While talking to each other, both of them reached the Bhola Kachori Center, whose kachoris were famous in the city.
Bhola has opened his shop for the first time after lockdown. Now we will go only after eating kachoris. Yes, Papa has given us lot of money.
Then what? Both of them ate kachoris and paid the bill to Bhola Seth.
Mom also likes kachoris. We should take some kachoris for Mom also. No. She doesn't think about us. Then why we will think about her?
Then Gattu and Chinky came back to home. Grandma was waiting for them in the hall.
Here you are. Where is your mom?
Hearing that, Gattu and Chinky were shocked.
Where is Mom means? Isn't she at home? As soon as she came to know that Hari's father would not be able to pick you up, your mother went to school to pick you.
After hearing this, Gattu and Chinky got upset.
Grandmother, we came back walking, but we didn't meet Mom on the way.
Grandma calls Mom, but her mobile was out of network. Seeing this, Gattu Chinky became even more upset. Gradually, it became night, but their mother didn't return back home. Gattu and Chinky came to Grandma and started crying loudly.
Grandmother, when will Mom come back? Grandmother, we want our Mom back.
Gattu and Chinky kept crying for a long time and slept weeping in Grandma's room. It was 9 o'clock in the night. Gattu and Chinky were sleeping when they heard a conversation between their mother and grandmother.
Today I was so worried. And then the security guard told me that children had left for home. Even my mobile was out of network.
What were you doing for so long? If you would have come straight to home, then you would get to meet the children. As soon as the guard told me the children had left for home, I also started walking towards home. Then on the way I stopped at Bhola Kachori Center. Thought to take some kachoris for the children. I stood in the queue and that's why I got late.
Hearing all this, Gattu and Chinky's sleep went away. Both of them realized their mistake and jumped off the bed and went straight into their mom's lap and started crying.
Gattu's best friend. Long time ago, in a city there lived a 7-year-old boy named Gattu. He used to live with his parents. Gattu was very good in both sports and academics, and that is why his parents and his teachers were very happy with him. There was a boy named Rahul in Gattu's class. Rahul and Gattu were very good friends. While Gattu was very gullible, on the other hand, Rahul was very mischievous. He always used to plan some mischievous act in his mind. Then one day the teacher told the students present in class, "Students, tomorrow I will take English exam. So everybody come prepared for tomorrow's exam. And remember, whoever will get poor marks, I will take that student to the principal, sir." Hearing this, Gattu got scared.
Principal sir is very strict, so tomorrow I will come prepared for the exam.
After the school got over, Gattu went straight back to home, and after having some food, he started studying. While he was studying, it got evening, when suddenly Rahul came into Gattu's room.
Hey Rahul, when did you come to my house?
I came here to take you to the park. Let's go to the park and play.
But today I can't go to the park. I still have to read 2 more chapters. You also go home and prepare for tomorrow's exam.
You know very well. It doesn't matter how many times I try, but I can't remember these chapters.
Okay, then you go and play in the park and you will pass the exam by copying from me.
The next day, they did the same as they decided. When the exam started, at first Gattu completed his own paper in a hurry. And then he let Rahul, who was sitting near to him, copy from his paper and helped him in cheating. Seeing Rahul get 10 out of 10, the teacher thought, Rahul spends all his day doing mischiefs. Then how could he get 10 out of 10? Thinking this, the teacher told the students, Students, tomorrow I will take your maths exam. Hearing this, Gattu told Rahul,
Rahul, don't worry. I will help you in tomorrow's exam also.
The next day, like always, they both sat together to give the exam. But then suddenly the teacher told Gattu, Gattu, you sit here with Sona.
But teacher, I always sit here with Rahul.
But today you will sit here. After the teacher said so, Gattu came and sat beside Sona, and Rahul gave the exam sitting all alone. Gattu was upset, so he finished his paper early. But all the time, Rahul kept thinking, I don't know the answer to a single question. What to do now? Seeing Rahul fail, Gattu and Rahul started crying. You told me that you will let me copy from your exam paper.
Sorry, Rahul, but the teacher changed my seat.
Seeing them cry, the teacher came closer and said, making them understand, Rahul, I knew. You always pass the exam by copying from Gattu's answer sheet. So knowingly I changed both of your sitting arrangements. And Gattu, more than Rahul, you need to learn this. Good friends always stop their friends from making mistakes. They don't hide their mistakes. So kids, what did you learn from this story? We should never hide our friends' mistakes. But like a good friend, we should always stop our friends from making mistakes.
Gattu's first flight. Summer vacation was going on. Gattu Chinky were bored sitting at home. The sun was strong outside, so mom was forbidding them to play outside. So Gattu Chinky were bored.
I'm bored sitting back at home. There are still 1.5 months left for the summers to end. Don't know how we will spend so many days sitting back at home.
Thus, a few days passed by, and one evening, suddenly, Dad dropped a bomb. Oh no, not a real one. It was a surprise bomb. Children, after 4 days, we are going for a trip to Kullu Manali. Hearing this, Gattu Chinky were surprised.
Really, Dad?
Yes, 100% true.
Wow, Dad, you suddenly gave us a big surprise today.
Seeing the excitement of Gattu Chinky, Dad said, Wait. Hold your excitement, kids. The second bomb is on its way.
And the second bomb? Hurry up, Dad. We can't wait anymore.
After listening, you will start flying in the air.
Now just tell us, Dad. What's the big secret?
Then listen. We are not going to go to Kullu Manali by any traveller bus or train, but by flight. The second surprise bomb was so strong that Gattu Chinky could not believe it.
Dad, you're not lying, right?
No, children, he is telling the truth only. He has even booked flight tickets for the 4 of us already.
Yes, we will be going to Kullu Manali by flying and return back flying. Hearing this, Gattu Chinky were super excited. They started flying here and there in the house, and within seconds, they ran out of the house.
Hey children, where are you going now?
Let them go. They are so happy that they cannot contain this happiness to themselves. Must be going to tell Hari and Gaddi.
You are absolutely right. Both of them were going crazy. They were so bored sitting back at home. It is good that you planned this trip for Kullu Manali.
Really? Just the kids were getting bored. You were not getting bored.
Stop messing. Let's not joke now. After 4 days, we have to leave. Let's start packing.
When Gattu Chinky came home, both of them started packing their own stuff. And in no time, both of them got ready with their heavy bags. When Dad saw both of their bags, he was surprised. So many heavy bags? What have you kept in these bags?
Nothing, Dad. Clothes, towel, blanket, mat, toys, and books. Shoes, sandals, piggy bank, and everything.
Kids, we are going there for a couple of days. We are not going to settle there. Take out everything immediately and take what you need.
What luggage do they have anyway? Just their clothes. Gattu Chinky, put your clothes in our bags.
Gattu Chinky got angry on hearing this.
Why, Mom? Why can't we take all our stuff?
Taking too much luggage is not allowed on the flight. How will the plane fly with so much of your heavy baggage with so many loads on the ship? Think about it from this perspective.
And anyway, over there we are going to stay in a hotel. Towel, blanket, everything will be available there. Then why should we carry the burden there? We are just going to enjoy over there.
Gattu Chinky agreed to the words of their parents, and after removing all the items, they put the necessary things in the bag of their parents. 3 days passed, and finally the day had arrived which Gattu Chinky were eagerly waiting for. Today, for the first time in life, Gattu Chinky were about to fly in an aeroplane. Both were very happy and excited. Everyone reached the airport by taxi. Gattu Chinky had seen the airport many times from outside, but they were seeing it from inside for the first time. The airport was big and beautiful. There was a huge crowd of people running here and there. Still, there was not much dirt to be seen. The airport was very clean and beautiful.
Dad, there's so much dirt on the bus stop and railway station. And look, it's so clean in here.
Children, we are the people who spread dirt. But be it bus stops or airports, we should not spread dirt anywhere because all these services are only for us. We should take care of them by becoming good citizens. Everyone's ID tickets were checked at the gate and they were let inside. Inside, baggage checking, body scanning and other formalities were completed, and Gattu Chinky's aircraft was also standing on the runway. Gattu Chinky sat in the bus with Mom-Dad.
Why are we sitting on the bus? Are we going to Kulu Manali by bus?
Hearing this, Mom-Dad started laughing. Hey, this bus will drop us to the aircraft. Then what? The bus reached near the ship. Gattu Chinky were watching the airplane so closely for the first time. It was quite huge.
Wow! Let's take a selfie.
Dad took a selfie with the airplane and everyone took their seats in the plane. Gattu had got a window seat, so Chinky was upset.
Don't worry, I will sit here for the half of the journey and later you sit here.
Seeing the wisdom of the children, their parents were happy. After a while, there was an announcement. Everyone sat ready wearing their seat belts, and soon Gattu Chinky's flight took off in the air. The airplane was floating in the sky above 20,000 feet. Only clouds were visible from the window. It was a beautiful sight. In between, the air hostess was coming, serving breakfast, juice, and chocolates. Gattu Chinky's stomach got full after eating and drinking.
I have decided that I will become a pilot when I grow up. And I will become an air hostess.
Okay, kids, be whatever you want to. But first, look at that cloud. See how big it is. Gattu Chinky saw a cloud outside the window. And soon both of them also got lost in the cloud and started dreaming of touching the clouds while sitting in the plane. Gattu's result. Gattu and Chinky's exam were over. The summer holidays were going on and they were having a lot of fun.
Mom, Gattu is pulling my braid. No, Mom, I was just counting the hair in the braid.
Just quiet. Both are the same. All day long, they are just creating ruckus and fun. Go get your books.
Mom, the holidays are going on. No books, no studies.
Who told you no study during the holidays? Go and take out your books.
Mom, can we watch TV?
Not at all. Your dad is taking a nap. He will get disturbed.
We won't raise the volume. Please.
I said no. Go and take out your books now.
Gattu Chinky got angry and took out their books and sat down. Mom came to Dad and said,
Ah, thank God.
"What happened? Have they fallen asleep?"
Do they fall asleep easily? Neither they sleep themselves nor they let us sleep. I have just asked them to open the books. God knows, are they studying or not?
That's when Chinky shouted,
Mom! He took out the cover of my book.
See, didn't I tell you? I am fed up with these two. God knows when their results will come out and when their schools will reopen.
"Leave it. They are children. An empty mind is the house of the devil, and the summer vacations are going on. There is no work. That's why they are doing so. I think we should make them busy in something." At night, Gattu Chinky were sitting at dining table along with Dad.
Mom, dinner.
I am bringing it. Just 2 minutes.
Sitting there for a while, Gattu and Chinky got bored and started singing songs while beating the dining table.
Baby, 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 oh, like baby, 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 no, like baby, 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 oh, like.
Mom came with dinner and got angry seeing what they were doing.
Gattu Chinky, this is home, not an auditorium. Stop banging the table and have your food quietly.
That's when Dad said, "Oh, you play really well. I think both of them should learn tabla. There is a great tabalchi in the society, Mr. Shankar Narayan. Tomorrow I will take both of them to him."
Yes, take them. At least there will be peace in the house.
No, Dad, don't teach us tabla. Please bring us a guitar. We will play that.
"Son, there is rhythm in your fingers. If you learn tabla from Shankarji, then you will become a great tabla player in the future." Then what? The next day, Dad took both of them to Shankarji's flat and their training started. Both went on doing riyaz according to the guidance of Shankarji. "Shankarji, what do you think?" "Chinky will take time, but Gattu will learn quickly. He catches the rhythm real quick." Chinky's attention remains somewhere else. Every day from noon to evening, Gattu Chinky went to Shankarji and started doing riyaz. And Gattu's tabla skill became sharp. He started playing the tabla well. But poor Chinky, still she couldn't catch the beat. Days passed like this. And finally the day had come, of which the children were afraid. Result day. Gattu Chinky reached school to get their result. Mishra sir gave results to everyone. Chinky came first in the class. Everyone applauded and congratulated her. But poor Gattu almost failed. He got very less marks.
Show me your result. Not now. We'll show when we reach home.
Gattu was really scared. He did not show his result to anyone. While returning home, Gattu's eyes fell on a man. The man was scolding his kid. "Such poor marks. Better to fail than this. We spend so much money on your school fees, tuition fees, swimming classes, computers, cycles and whatnot. And this is your result. Don't you feel ashamed?" Gattu was scared that now even his father will scold him like this. As soon as both of them reached the society,
Chinky, you go. I'll come in a while. But where are you going? I said you go. I will tell you later.
saying this, Gattu ran away and Chinky went home. Seeing Chinky's result, their parents were very happy. They gave Chinky a sweet.
Where is Gattu?
He ran away. Didn't say anything.
Surely he got poor marks. So he ran away out of fear. Where will he run away? He have to come home. But it was evening. After evening, it was night. Still Gattu did not show up. Mom, Dad, Chinky, everyone got upset and started looking for Gattu here and there. But Gattu was nowhere.
Where would have my Gattu gone? We have searched everywhere. Come, let's go to the police now.
That's when Dad got a call. As soon as he talked on the call, he exhaled peacefully. Thank God. We searched the whole society, but we forgot to go to Shankarji's place. He called to say that Gattu is hiding at his place. Mom, Dad and others reached Shankarji's house. Gattu was sitting in a corner.
Ever since he has come, he's sitting like this. He hasn't said a word.
Dad went to Gattu and said, "What's the matter, son?" Gattu gave his report card to Dad. Dad saw the report card and understood it all. You got poor marks. That's why you were hiding here. You thought Dad would scold you. No, son. I will not scold you at all. Getting less marks is not a wrong thing. If you had not studied, then it would have been wrong. But you have worked hard. That's why these marks belong to your hard work, belong to you. It doesn't matter. Next year, work harder and you will get good marks. Let's go home now. Then Shankarji said,
Son, every child is not the same. Some are smart in studies and some are in art. Sachin Tendulkar was weak in studies. But there is no need to tell you children how strong he used to stand on the cricket ground. Similarly, you are weak in studies, but you play tabla really well. Better than Chinky. That's why we should be proud of what we have. We should not be disappointed. But we should achieve everything with hard work. Let's play the tabla now. Your parents want to see whether I have trained you well or not.
Gattu was happy hearing this. He wiped his tears and sat down to play the tabla. As soon as Gattu started playing the tabla, everyone was shocked. And hearing this, everyone got lost in the melody. Chinky's magical fingers. Chinky and Gattu were resting after a busy day at school. Chinky started drawing in her sketchbook and Gattu put on his favorite song on the TV and started watching TV while lying on the sofa. While watching TV, Gattu noticed what Chinky was doing. She was looking at her drawing book with full concentration and was spinning a pencil in her fingers.
Hey Chinky, where did you learn to spin the pencil in such a way?
I don't know. I have a habit of spinning a pencil or a pen while doing nothing. I did not learn from anywhere. It just happened.
Wow, natural talent.
Mummy entered their room. She had a mobile phone in her hand, which she handed over to Gattu and said,
Gattu dear, your friend Raju is on the call.
Gattu started talking with Raju on the phone.
Cricket match, it will be fun. I will meet you in the park in 10 minutes.
Gattu pulled out a t-shirt with Virat Kohli's print from the cupboard and got ready to play cricket. And Chinky said,
I will also come and play cricket. I also want to play cricket today.
Oh great, so wear your sports shoes and get ready.
Gattu and Chinky went to the park to play cricket, where Gattu's friends, Bunty, Raju and many other boys were ready with the bat and ball. Gattu and Bunty were chosen as captains and they started choosing their teammates one by one.
I choose Raju. I pick Hari, Rohan, Gaurav.
Gattu noticed that Chinky was looking at him very eagerly.
Chinky. Chinky is also playing, but she is a girl.
So what? I also want to play cricket.
Ha 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 ha. But how will you be able to compete with us in cricket? Go home and play Ludo with your mother.
Hearing this, Chinky's eyes filled with tears and Gattu was furious over this argument.
Don't talk rubbish, Bunty. Anyone can play cricket, be it a boy or a girl. Chinky will definitely play and she will play for my team. Ha ha ha. It looks like you don't want to win today. You will never win with a girl player on your team. We'll see that. I challenge you.
Gattu accepted Bunty's challenge and then they tossed a coin. Bunty won the toss and he chose to field first. Match was of 6 overs and Gattu's team decided to send Gattu and Raju for the opening. Bunty was bowling in the first over. He took a long run up and threw a fast ball. But Gattu took a nice cover drive and it was a 4.
Wow, Gattu, this shot was just like Virat Kohli's shot.
All the teammates of their team started applauding. And seeing this, Bunty got more frustrated. Gattu did a hat-trick of 4s and took their score high up to 14 runs. But in the next over, Gattu's opening partner Raju got out by LBW. Still Gattu continued his attacking form and on the last ball of the over, he hit a 6. Gattu's batting partners were out one by one, but Gattu kept building his team's score, and in 5 overs it was 36 runs. Bunty decided to bowl the last over of the innings. Bunty was very upset that Gattu managed to score such good runs in the first over, so he threw a fast bouncer ball towards Gattu. The third ball of the over hit Gattu in the chest and he was hurt. All the players of Gattu's team were now worried for him. It was clear that Gattu can't bat anymore, so he was out of the game, and Bablu took his place. Bunty kept throwing fast balls for the batsman, and in the next ball Bablu was out too. Now Chinky had to step in to play the last 2 balls of the over. When Bunty saw that Chinky is going to bat, he gave a wicked smile. He said to his teammates,
Oh, now this girl is going to face my fast bowling. As I said earlier, this game is not for girls. Now just wait and watch. I will make her pay.
Bunty deliberately threw a fast bouncer ball with the intention to hurt Chinky. Chinky managed to save herself somehow. The ball passed very close to her head and went straight into the hands of the wicketkeeper. Now it was the last ball of the innings. Bunty took a very long run up and threw a fast Yorker ball to Chinky's legs. Chinky, while trying to save herself, put the bat in front of her. The ball touched the edge of the bat and passing the wicketkeeper, it went out for the boundary. 4 runs. Gattu and his teammates started clapping, which made Bunty even more frustrated. Gattu's team had managed to score 43 runs in 6 overs, and now Bunty's team had a target of 44 runs. Gattu was still having pain in his chest, but he gathered his courage and as a responsible captain, he started setting his team for the fielding.
Raju will be the wicket keeper. Bablu, you give the cover. Monty and Rohan, you will be on the boundary. What about me? You stand in a slip.
Bunty's team sent the openers and they started very well. They managed to hit 2 sixes in the very first over by Vicky, and by the end of the second over, they scored 24 runs without losing a wicket. Gattu did not want to bowl as he was still in pain, but as his team was struggling, he decided to throw third over. When Chinky saw that he was taking run up, she cheered for him.
Come on, Gattu, come on!
Gattu's ball was not in speed, but its in-swing was very nice and the batsman was bold. For the last ball of the over, Gattu threw an outswing ball, which touched the edge of the bat and wicketkeeper caught it. Now the captain of the opposing team, Bunty, came to bat. He was still angry with Gattu and Chinky over the argument that Chinky should not play cricket with them. So when he started batting, he struck 2 boundaries in his next over. Now the score of the team was 34 runs in 4 overs. Bunty looked at Chinky standing in the slip and said,
It will be really fun to win this match and insult you and Gattu. Now I just have to score 7 runs in 12 balls.
All the bowlers of Gattu's team were out of form. Until then, only Gattu had thrown a good over. Hence in the 5th over, Gattu came for bowling. Bunty was on the non-strike end and Gattu was very clever in setting the fielding in such a way that another batsman was not able to take a single run. Bunty was very frustrated due to dot ball over dot ball and he started to shout at his batsmen. On the last ball of the over, the second batsman was so stressed that he struck the ball and sent it towards the slip. Chinky dove for the ball and caught it. All of her teammates applauded and celebrated her amazing catch. Gattu had improved the situation with his maiden over, but the way Bunty was playing, it seemed that getting 7 runs in the last over was not a big deal. Now Gattu gave the ball to Chinky for the last over. Everyone was surprised and they had never seen her bowling. Even Chinky herself was not very sure about it. But Gattu said,
Trust yourself, Chinky. The best way to teach Bunty a lesson is that we have to win the match with your bowling. You have a sharp mind and I believe that you will win this match for us.
Then Gattu went near her and whispered,
Don't you remember how you were spinning the pencil in your fingers while working on the drawing? Your magic fingers have a natural talent of spinning. Just focus on the batsman and spin the ball with your fingers.
Chinky took the ball and marked the run-up. When Bunty saw this, he started laughing at her.
Ha ha ha. I will hit 4 and 6 on the ball she will throw and complete my target. I will make sure that Gattu will never argue with me on any point from now on.
But he underestimated Chinky. Chinky's first ball was leg spin and it went outside. Bunty moved his bat to strike the ball, but it was in vain. Dot ball. Bunty had noticed the leg spin, and for the next ball, he was ready on the back foot for a cut shot. But on this ball, Chinky threw an off spin. She managed to beat Bunty once again. Now Gattu and his team were shouting Chinky's name to cheer her up and boost her confidence.
Chinky, Chinky, Chinky.
But due to this, Bunty got more frustrated. Now Bunty needed 7 runs from the 4 balls. So Bunty came out of the crease to hit a long shot. But this ball was googly and it spun and went straight to hit the middle stump. Bunty was out. Gattu and all of his teammates ran towards Chinky and started celebrating on the pitch. Bunty returned to his team with a heavy heart. He could not believe that Chinky will throw such a nice googly. When Bunty was out, his team lost their confidence, and now 7 runs on 3 balls target seems too hard to chase. Everyone was confused due to Chinky's spinning ball. It's like something magical was happening while the ball was in Chinky's fingers. She managed to LBW the next batsman, and on the 5th ball the batsman was caught out. It was a hat-trick. All the players of Bunty's team were out, and Gattu's team won the match.
Didn't I tell you that you have magical fingers? The bowling was awesome. Yes, Chinky, from now on, you are the main bowler of our team.
Bunty's pride was shattered due to losing the match and watching Chinky's bowling. He went to Gattu and Chinky and said,
Chinky, I was wrong. I will never consider any girl less than boys. Please forgive me.
Gattu and Chinky forgave him. Everybody started praising Chinky for her mind-blowing performance, and they shouted,
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
True friendship. This story is of naughty Gattu and his sister Chinky. Once, Gattu and Chinky were playing in the garden of their house. And while playing, they heard barking of a dog. At first, they both ignored it. But when the dog kept on barking, Chinky went to the gate to find out what is the matter.
Why are you barking? What's the matter?
It seems he won't stop like this. I shall teach him a lesson.
Wait, Gattu. Hitting a poor animal like this is not the right thing to do. Come on, we will take him inside.
With affection, Chinky took him inside the house, cleaned his wound, did his dressing, gave him water, and loved him much.
Now you will get cured soon. And from today, you will live with us. But, my dear dog, what will we call you? Moti. Moti is a good name. Yes, from today, everyone will call you Moti.
He can't live with us. See how dirty he is.
Gattu.
Naughty Gattu didn't like this at all. After all, how could someone love a dirty animal like this? This thought was going on in his mind.
No matter what happens, I will get rid of this dirty animal.
By seeing affection between Chinky and Moti, Gattu became very jealous. He was unable to bear Moti's presence in the house. To get rid of Moti, Gattu started playing dirty tricks.
Now I will teach you a wonderful lesson, kid.
Chinky used to come and rescue Moti whenever Gattu tried to play dirty tricks with him.
Come on, Moti. It's evening now. You should take rest too.
Gattu thought of a trick after seeing Moti being tied outside the house.
Today I will leave you at such a place from where you will never be able to come back.
Moti? Gattu, have you seen Moti anywhere? I can't find him anywhere.
No, I haven't. I was sleeping.
Chinky was crying incessantly. Gattu was feeling very bad for Chinky, but he was happy that Moti had finally gone.
Don't cry, Chinky. Maybe Moti himself must have gone somewhere.
But he was my best friend.
And that night, a thief entered their house. Help! Please, someone help! Please save me!
Hey, what kind of noise is this?
Seems someone is calling for help outside.
Gattu! Gattu! Wake up! I heard Moti barking right now.
Sleep. Moti will not come. Okay, come. Let's have a look.
Save me! From this dog! Please save me!
Spare him, Moti. But he has never done such thing to anyone. Who are you?
And then, Gattu saw his bicycle, which was lying there on the ground.
I understood everything. He's a thief who come to steal my bicycle. Tell me, am I right or not? Aren't you a thief?
Listen, now before I let Moti attack you again, get out from here.
Please forgive me, Chinky.
Why are you apologizing?
Because I didn't like his presence in our house. That's why I left Moti in a forest far away from our house. But how did he come back?
This is their special quality. Whomsoever they become friend to, they never leave them ever. When you left Moti in jungle, he came here by himself. And when he saw thief coming inside the house, then he attacked badly.
Right, Chinky. We all should learn a lesson from these innocent animals. That what is true friendship.
And this way, Gattu realized his mistake, and from that day onwards, Gattu and Moti became true friends.
Gattu has learned his lesson. Now it's your turn.
Gattu's wisdom. It was evening. Gattu Chinky went out for cycling on the road with their friends. Seeing the red signal, all the kids stopped their cycles. Gattu noticed that many people were breaking the signals and running in a hurry.
Don't know why people think it's funny to break signals. They break the signal and then become a victim of road accident. Don't know how many people lose their lives due to daily road accidents. Still, the citizens do not follow rules. If there is no traffic police at the signal, they just break the signal and leave.
Then a scooter came and stopped near the children. Seeing the children, the scooterman laughed and said, "Hey kids, why are you waiting for the signal? You have cycles, you can go. Nobody will see anything." Hearing this, Gattu said,
No, uncle. Be it cycle or motorcycle, everyone should follow the rules. It is wrong to follow the rule out of fear of the police and breaking the rules if there is no police. The rules are made for our own safety. It is foolish to break them.
Hearing this, the scooterman started laughing. You guys are stupid. In which era you are living? Time doesn't stop for anyone. You also don't stop for time either. I also won't stop. Saying this, the scooterman left taking his scooter.
Look, another man broke the signal and left.
Whatever others say, we won't break the signal. We will go ahead only after getting the green signal.
All the children kept waiting for the green signal. And as soon as they got the green signal, the children moved their cycles comfortably. And everyone left. After coming a short distance, the children saw that there was a lot of crowd on the road. The crowd had blocked the entire road. The children parked their cycles on the side of the road.
Looks like someone has met an accident. Come, we should go there and see what happened.
The children parked their cycles on the side of the road and tried to enter the crowd. The crowd was huge and no one was allowing the children to enter further. Hey children, where are you going? Go from here. Go. Still the kids kept on moving inwards like that. By hook and crook, they were able to break through the crowd and enter. Gattu Chinky and all the children were shocked to see the inside view. Because the same man who broke the signal and ran away was inside, buried under the scooter, injured.
Hey, this is the same man who we met at the signal. He was right. Time doesn't stop for anyone. It didn't stop for him either.
Gattu saw that the scooter man was injured and was buried under the scooter. But no one was helping him from the crowd. And people were recording videos and taking photos of him. Gattu got sad seeing this.
We should go forward and help him.
What are you talking, man? We should leave from here. We should not get into this mess.
No hurry. If we will also think like other people, then what will be the difference between them and us? These people are recording videos shamelessly. But we are educated and intelligent children, aren't we? If we don't help him, then he will die.
Yes, man. We must help him out.
Chinky, you call the ambulance and we will lift the scooter.
Then what? Gattu along with Hari and other friends came near the scooter and started lifting it. The scooter was really heavy. They couldn't even move the scooter. Still the children kept pushing. And finally they parked the scooter. Then Gattu helped the scooter man to stand with his support. Chinky brought water and Gattu gave him water.
Uncle, are you alright?
But the uncle was not in condition to speak.
He is seriously injured. I have called on 108 number. The ambulance will arrive soon.
After a while, the ambulance came and picked up the uncle and took him to the hospital. Now a large crowd had gathered around Gattu and Chinky and rest of the children. People were praising them. Kid, you guys have done a great job. And I want to take selfie with you. Gattu got angry hearing this.
Aren't you people ashamed? All you care about and all you need is selfies and videos. That uncle was buried under the scooter and all you were just shooting videos on your mobiles. Accidents are not entertainment. It is a serious matter. We kids were picking up the scooter and you all were playing spectators. Who knows if this accident happens with you tomorrow? Then how will you feel if no one helps you and shoots your video with a mobile? Be a little more serious and wise. Behave like good citizens and help each other.
Hearing Gattu's words, the whole crowd got embarrassed and everyone's eyes automatically bowed down in shame.
Real education. Tinku and Rinky were twin siblings. They both studied in the same class, in the same school. Both were excellent in studies, but often Tinku scored better than his sister. Dad laid down a condition when both of them insisted on having a bicycle.
My budget allows me to purchase only one bicycle. So whoever will score better between you two will get the bicycle.
After hearing father's words, both the kids started studying. But Tinku was very smart. He knew how to get good marks. He used to study only that portion which was supposed to come in the exams. Whereas Rinky was fond of studies. She used to study the entire textbook.
Keep in mind, I will get the bicycle. Whatever you're studying is useless. This won't come in exams.
How do you know?
Hey, see this? Tuition sir has given me question papers of last 3 years. Every time questions are repeated from these only.
Okay, but I don't want to take any shortcut. Whatever will be the question, it will be asked from books. Let me study. Don't disturb, please.
Both the kids started studying in their own style. Finally, exams were over.
Yay! Exams are over! We will have fun!
After a few days, results were declared. And once again, same thing happened. Tinku was declared topper and Rinky stood second.
Yay! Now I will get the bicycle! Hooray!
Bicycle was gifted to Tinku. He was extremely happy.
Take this. But keep in mind that this bicycle belongs to both of you. Let Rinky also ride this.
But Tinku did not listen to anyone. He took his bicycle and ran away. That same evening, to celebrate results of both the kids, entire family went out for dinner. After finishing their dinner, when the family stepped out of the restaurant, suddenly some people approached them with mic and camera.
We are doing promotion of G1 bicycle. we have a small quiz for the kids. If you answer all the questions correctly, then you will be gifted top model of Jeevan bicycle along with this new bag and a bottle too.
Both the kids participated in the quiz. Questions in the quiz were from their books only, but totally different from examination paper. Rinki had studied the book thoroughly. Hence, she solved all the questions of the quiz very quickly.
Please have this, uncle. I have solved all the questions.
That's impressive. You did it very fast. Very good.
Tinku tried very hard, but he did not know the answers, and at last he also gave the quiz paper. After looking at both the papers, organizers announced the winner.
And in this quiz, winner with 100% correct answer is Rinki!
Rinki was gifted cycle as prize along with other gifts. Whereas Tinku learned a lesson. Tinku now understood that we should not study for numbers only, but for knowledge too.
Gattu Chinky's good habits. We all know that children learn good and bad habits by watching. But sometimes it becomes necessary for children to learn to differentiate between good and bad habits. Today, a guest lecture has been organized in the school. All the children are waiting for him, and then he entered the class. The motivator was very young and he had some books and a big tab in his hand, and the children got very excited seeing him. Good morning, everyone. Today I will discuss with everyone about good habits and bad habits. First of all, you all will tell me about your good habits. Let's start with you. Sir extended his hand towards Bunty, and suddenly Bunty was asked to speak. And Bunty started hesitantly.
My good habit is I like to eat chocolates.
The class laughed at Bunty's answer. Okay, next.
Mom and Dad says that completing school homework is my good habit. Sir, let me share one more good habit of Gattu.
Yes, of course.
Sir, Gattu's good habit is that he always helps me doing my homework. And many times, Gattu completes my entire homework. Yes, sir. So many times I have completed Chinky's homework.
Look, kids. All of you told me your good habits. But see here, Gattu completes Chinky's homework along with his own, which Gattu is calling a good habit. It will be a good habit for Gattu, but it is not a good habit for Chinky at all. Rather, it would be called a bad habit. Everyone started listening to Sir carefully. We should all do our works by ourselves. Come on, kids. Let me tell you my story. As a child, both my brother and I had a habit of eating chocolates.
But sir, eating chocolates is a good habit, isn't it?
Yes, son. But we would ask for chocolates from the guests. Then our father told us, if we want chocolates, then we should go to the garden and water the plants first. Only then we will get chocolates, and at that time our house was on 7th floor. We would come down from the 7th floor for chocolates, water the plants, and then only get chocolates. The children were listening carefully to Sir. In this way, when we got chocolate every day, we got bored of eating chocolates, and later we stopped eating chocolates. But we got into the habit of watering plants, and we have been watering our garden till this date. This is how we got into a good habit. All the children were listening to the Sir so attentively that all the children clapped for him. After the guest lecture was over, all the children started discussing with each other about good and bad habits.
Grandma always says that if we have good habit, we become successful in life. Now, just like Sir, I will also water the plants every day. Only then I will eat chocolate. In this way, I will also get into a good habit, but I will not give up eating chocolates.
Everyone laughed at Bunty's statement.
Yes, we should always be like a good child. We should not bother our parents too much. Well said, Chinky.
The next morning, Gattu and Chinky got up early and sat on the bed before Mom got up and started worshipping the earth.
Karakre vaste Lakshmiya, Karmadhya Saraswati, Karmule tu Govinda, Prabhate kar darshanam.
Mom came out of the kitchen after hearing the voices of Gattu and Chinky.
Oh wow, Gattu Chinky. You got up early and you both prayed together? What's the matter?
Gattu and Chinky got down from the bed and went straight to their mom and hugged. Mom got happy on this gesture of Gattu and Chinky. Gattu and Chinky took a bath and got ready. Today, Mom did not have to chase after Gattu and Chinky. Without saying anything, Gattu and Chinky got ready quickly. Gattu and Chinky were sitting at the breakfast table. Mom hands over a glass of milk to both Gattu and Chinky.
Gattu Chinky, don't pretend to drink milk like every day. You both have to finish the milk like good kids.
Yes, Mom, let me finish now.
Gattu and Chinky both finished their glasses of milk in no time. Mom and Dad were surprised to see this. What's the matter, Gattu Chinky? Huh? Both of you are behaving like good children. I am very happy to see you both behave like this today.
Thank you, Dad. It is a good habit to listen to elders. Now we will finish our milk like this every day. And we will not bother you.
Very good, Gattu and Chinky. But son, every day you leave after 10 minutes.
Yes, Mom. But we have to reach school before time. This is a good habit, because of which we will not be late in school.
See how intelligent my children are?
Gattu Chinky left for school with Dad. Gattu Chinky returned home in the evening. Both of them put their school bags, their shoes in the right place. And after changing their uniforms, both of them went downstairs to play. Similarly, Gattu Chinky used to get up early every day, finish their milk, and then after studying well in school, they would go to play after returning in the evening.
Chinky, there is time before we leave for school, so let's watch TV.
Yes, Gattu, there is time, and a new cartoon show has also come on the TV. Let's watch.
Gattu Chinky sat in front of the TV and left for school with father when it was time to go to the school. Mom noticed Gattu and Chinky. Every day Gattu Chinky would get up early, sit in front of the TV as soon as they get up. When it was time for school, they would leave for school. Today again Gattu Chinky sat in front of the TV before school.
Gattu Chinky, why are you children spoiling your habit by sitting in front of the TV early in the morning?
What, Mom? You too. We get up so early, and then there is time to go to school, so we watch TV. This would spoil our habit.
Yes, Mom. We are watching TV only in the remaining time. Son, habit is the name of that behavior which becomes a habit when done every day, and it becomes a part of a routine.
What do you mean, Mom?
Son, if you wake up early and sit in front of the TV every day, you will get used to this thing and you won't be able to go to school without watching TV, due to which your habit will be spoiled. Better read some school books than this, due to which you will get used to reading in the morning.
Oh yes, Mom. When the teacher teaches in the school, only the cartoon show goes in the mind.
Chinky understood my point very well. Gattu, do you understand?
Got it, Mom. We should make good use of morning time. Getting up early is a good habit, but watching TV early morning is a bad habit.
Okay, Mom. From now, we will not continue this habit. Thank you so much, Mom. Hey, son. You don't have to thank your mom.
Mom, our teacher has taught us that it is good habit to say thank you when someone helps you.
Mom laughed at this.
Good habit makes a person successful and bad habit makes failure.
Chinky's drawing class. Gattu and Chinky were growing up, and thus their subjects were also increasing. The subjects that were earlier optional for both of them in school have now become compulsory. The name of that subject was drawing. Chinky was very fond of drawing, but whenever Chinky heard the name of drawing, she used to get tensed because her drawing skills were not so good, and because of that she got scolded once. A few days back in Chinky's class while sir was taking drawing. Come on children, today we will learn how to make a picture of peacock. Okay? All the children were looking carefully towards their teacher. Everyone's attention was on the teacher, but Chinky was drawing something different. And suddenly the teacher said,
So who will draw on the blackboard? Chinky, you come here.
Chinky was not paying attention, so how could she make the drawing? She accepted her mistake and told the teacher.
Sir, I was drawing something different. I was not paying attention when you were teaching.
Then what? The teacher scolded Chinky. And then Chinky decided that she would definitely learn how to draw a peacock. Chinky loved drawing. She just needed to learn a little. Gattu Chinky came back home from school. Gattu started laughing loudly and Chinky got upset. That's when Mom came.
Kids, no more fun.
Mom, Gattu is teasing me about my drawing.
Why, Gattu? You should not do that.
Mom, she could not make peacock.
Chinky, don't worry. I have an idea. I'll get you an admission in rainbow drawing classes. Don't worry.
That's why Chinky's mood was down. But as soon as Mom told about drawing class, Chinky became happy. Mom had seen that. After this, both Gattu Chinky got admission in the drawing class. The name of the class was Rainbow Drawing Class. On reaching the class, all the children were looking excited because their drawing class was going to start from today. Everyone had smiles on their faces and everyone was showing respective things they had brought.
Look, I have bought watercolors. What colors do you have, Gattu? I have pencil colors. Look how many colors it has. I have bought wax colors. I love filling colors in painting.
All the friends were showing colors to each other and were telling their plans. Bhushan had brought watercolors, so he took out the brush from his bag and he started showing it to the whole class.
Dun dun dun! And this is my weapon, a brush, with which I will make different drawings.
Immediately after that, Gattu took the brush in his hand and said,
This is a very good brush, Bhushan. Wow, I will also make drawing from it. That too, Aladdin's lamp.
Everyone was enjoying a lot. But Chinky, who always used to jump here and there, today she was sitting calmly. So Gattu asked her,
Chinky, which drawing will you make?
Chinky did not answer anything.
It seems that Chinky forgot to draw.
Children started laughing loudly in the class. And only then the head, who teaches drawing, reaches there. The sir who used to teach in Rainbow class was really famous for teaching drawing. As soon as he came, he started talking to the children. Hello kids! How are you all? From today, I'm your drawing teacher, okay? So now, like I told my name, everyone will tell their name. And also tell me what all they like to draw. One by one, the children were telling their names, and at the same time, they were saying the name of the thing they wanted to draw. Gattu said,
I want to draw Aladdin's lamp.
After that, Bhushan said,
I want to draw a ship floating in river.
Everyone told different things, and as soon as Chinky's turn came, she went silent. So Sir said, Tell me, Chinky, what do you like to draw? Hey, don't be afraid. Here we all are your friends.
Sir, I like drawing very much, but I don't know how to draw. I feel afraid that I will draw bad drawing.
What is there to be afraid of, Chinky? I will teach you how to make perfect drawings. The thing was that the drawing sir got to know from Chinky's mother that she is very smart in all the other subjects. She knows how to draw, but make her sharp in drawing. So sir told Chinky in the class, Chinky, come here. Chinky, I have heard that you are good in all the subjects, aren't you?
But sir, I find drawing very difficult.
But you like drawing, don't you?
Yes.
See, nothing is hard or tough, and whatever we like is not hard at all. If we work diligently, study diligently, then all hard things become easy. Just like that drawing. Do one thing, make a drawing the way you can and bring it to me tomorrow. When Gattu Chinky come home after the class, mom asks,
Gattu Chinky, how was your drawing class? We all had brought different colors, and Bhushan had brought a brush for colors, and we have to draw something in homework also. You tell, Chinky? Yes, mom. It was fun. Sir is also very good. He explained everything to me.
Now Chinky's face did not have the same despair and fear. She was also looking very excited. Mom understood that Chinky's fear about drawing was over. Later, Gattu and Chinky made their own drawings and the next day took it to the class. Sir showed both of their drawings to everyone. All the kids will applaud for Gattu and Chinky. As soon as Sir said, there was an echo of applause in the whole class. Gattu not only makes good drawings, but Chinky, who was afraid of drawing till yesterday, has also made very good drawings. From that day onwards, Chinky never felt scared of the drawing subject. Drawing subject which seemed difficult at first became easy for Chinky. Very good, Chinky. Now just keep making different drawings like this.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Because of you now, I can also make good drawings.
After that, when the children's exam took place, Chinky got good marks in drawing. She got the highest marks. In this way, Chinky's drawing became even better after joining Rainbow Drawing class. And after that, Chinky made many drawings. Sweet ice balls. The summer was very hot, and after the scorching heat of the afternoon, the sun was finally about to set. Gattu and Chinky were sleeping in the cool breeze of their cooler. After some time, Mummy came to wake them up.
Gattu Chinky, come on, get up. It's 5 p.m. Your friends are waiting outside and calling both of you to play.
As soon as they heard that their friends are waiting, Gattu and Chinky woke up. They hurried to wash their faces and get fresh. Here in the living room, Mummy was serving their friends Goody and Hari with chilled Ruh Afza.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Auntie. The Ruh Afza is really very tasty.
You are most welcome, dear. It is so hot outside, right? So I decided to make chilled Ruh Afza for you guys. It will give you more energy to play.
They started laughing, and then Gattu and Chinky entered the room after getting fresh.
Let's go, Goody and Hari. We should go to the playground. That is in the front of our society. There are so many swings. Okay, I have taken my badminton also. So we will play badminton too. Okay? Sure, Chinky. It will be so much fun. And the vendor selling sweet ice ball will also be there. Let's go, hurry up, hurry up.
Alright kids, but all of you have to first finish your Ruh Afza. Gattu Chinky, you also drink your Ruh Afza. If you drink this, you will not have dehydration while playing.
After hearing this, all kids finished their Ruh Afza and then all four of them went to the playground. After reaching the playground, they all started playing on swings.
Let's go on the slide. It looks like it will be very fun. Yes, Gattu, let's go. Playing on the swings is so much fun, right? When the vendor selling sweet ice balls will come, I want to eat my favorite Kala Khatta flavor ice ball. You are right. I can't wait for him to come. I want to eat mango flavored ice balls.
Chinky, which flavor will you eat?
I will decide after the uncle arrives.
After playing on the swings for a while, Gattu, Chinky, Goody and Hari started playing badminton together and they enjoyed it. After playing for about half an hour, they got tired and sat on the ground. All the kids were sweating profusely due to the hot climate. But then they heard a voice.
Come and have ice balls. Very chilled, very sweet ice balls.
Hearing the ice ball vendor's voice, all the kids look at each other.
Let's go and get some money from our mothers to buy sweet ice balls. But by the time that uncle goes away, then... Guys, I have an idea. Gattu and I will go and bring the money quickly. Meanwhile, both of you will stop the uncle from going ahead.
After planning all this, they stood up and then rushed to do the things as they had planned. Gattu and Chinky brought the money from their mummy for sweet ice balls. And here, Goody and Hari went to stop the vendor from leaving.
Hey, uncle, please wait. We want to buy kulfi.
Yes, uncle, please wait. We have been calling you for so long.
Hey kids! It seems that you are out of breath due to running so much. Let me make delicious ice balls for you.
Uncle, make 4 ice balls for us.
Yes, kids. Tell me, which flavors do all of you want?
I want mango flavored ice ball.
And for me, please make Kala Khatta flavored ice ball, uncle.
And yes, I want one mix ball that will have all the flavors.
For me, please make guava flavored ice ball.
Yes, kids. The ice balls I'm making today are going to be very special. After hearing this, all the kids were surprised and they started thinking about it.
Why, uncle? What is going to be so special today?
Kids, today I am not only making ice balls of your favorite flavor, but will also give them your favorite shape.
Wow! It means that whatever shape we will tell you, you will make ice balls in that shape, right?
Yes, you heard it right. Kids were very happy after hearing this from the vendors selling ice balls. Okay kids, now one by one you have to tell me what shape of ice ball you want to eat.
Uncle, I want my ice balls to be perfectly round.
Then please make square-shaped ice balls for me. Make me a cylindrical ice ball, different from everyone. And I want triangle-shaped ice ball.
Here kids, your favorite ice balls. All the kids said thanks to the vendor after taking their ice balls. Then they sat on the ground and started chatting while enjoying the ice balls. It was getting dark and slowly other kids finished their games and were slowly returning home along with their parents. Gattu, Chinky and their friends finished their ice balls, but their chatting was far from finishing. But then Mummy called them.
Kids, come home both of you. Goody and Hari, your mothers have also called me. They also want you to come home as it is getting so dark.
Okay, Auntie, we were about to go home. Bye, Gattu Chinky. Bye, Gattu Chinky.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Don't forget to come tomorrow also. We will eat ice balls and enjoy a lot. Yes, we will definitely come, Gattu.
School project.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, kids.
A few days ago, the exams of children got over. And from today, Sir is going to start a new topic. And its name is Emergency Vehicles.
Come on, children. Open your books. Today we are going to learn a new lesson, Emergency Vehicles. And who knows about emergency and what are the emergency vehicles?
In this way, all the children together gave all the answers.
Today morning I got a notice that there is a science project competition in the school next week. Now, today I will make a group of 4 members for the new project. And I will give each team a title and you all have to make a project and submit the model in next week. Okay?
But what is the topic of our project, sir?
Each group will be given a different topic and all these topics will be given on the basis of your science book. Gattu, the topic of your group is emergency vehicles. Raju, the topic of your group is magnet and its types. Goody, the topic of your group is rotation of the planets around the sun. You have to make models of all these projects. Now, I will make a group of 4 members. And then you guys will make a project model at home. Gattu, Chinky, Bunty and Hari, all of your homes are around each other. So you will be in one group. Your group is number 1.
Yay! It will be really fun. After school, you both come to my place this evening. Then we will make this project. Hey, but how do we make the project?
Everyone silent. Don't have fun. Let me do my job.
In this way, the teacher divided everyone into groups of 4 members. The school got over and Gattu Chinky reached home. They started telling all the fun they had that day to their parents.
Mom, Dad, you know what happened in school today? We were playing in the ground and Raju fell down while playing.
Gattu, you shouldn't laugh at others' misery.
Leave all that, Mom and Dad. We have got a project in school. That too, new project.
You know, we have to make a project on types of vehicles. and submit the model by next week. Yes, I am excited to make the new project. But who will help us to make it?
Why don't you ask your tuition teacher? He will definitely give you some solution.
Oh yes, I have forgotten this. Let's prepare for tuition quickly, Chinky. We will ask our tuition teacher to find a solution to this.
Both of them quickly got ready and went to the tuition.
Tell me, kids, what homework did you get in school today?
Ma'am, today we have got a very difficult project and we have to submit it by next week. Me, Hari, Bunty, we are in one group. Yes, but we don't understand how we will make that model.
What is your project about? And what model you have to build?
Emergency vehicles.
It is not a difficult task to do.
By the next week, the children had made a beautiful model of an ambulance, and with the help of their father, they had put an emergency horn on the top of the ambulance.
Yahoo! Finally, our project is completed. It is so cool. Now I will become driver of an ambulance like this and save everybody's life. Fool! Not ambulance drivers, but doctor saves patient's life.
No, Chinky. Don't say like that. I agree that doctors save patients' life. But ambulance drivers also help in saving the patient's life. Ambulance drivers reach on time and then bring the patients to the hospital. That's why doctors could save the patient's life.
Sorry, Dad. I won't tell like this ever.
That's why all these vehicles are called emergency vehicles. Because drivers of this vehicle reach everywhere on time and save people's life.
Come on, it's time for school. Today there's a competition, so go early.
All the children reached the competition with their own project. Gattu and Chinky's project turned out to be very cool. Bunty and Hari also helped them a lot. Now it was their turn to present. First of all, they started their presentation by showing Raju's group model.
We have this magnet, and on this magnet we have the South Pole and the North Pole, which gives attraction force to equal and opposite poles. Magnets are used in big companies, in machines also. Thank you.
Very good, children. Now next is Gattu's group.
Gattu, Chinky, Hari and Bunty started telling about their model by showing them.
Hello everybody. We all are presenting you the project of emergency vehicle. We have different emergency vehicles like ambulance. If there is an emergency patient, then for that we use ambulance. We have fire brigade. Whenever there is a fire, the fire brigade comes as an emergency vehicle to extinguish it and rescue the people trapped in fire. This is police van. If there is a theft in a house and we dial 100, then police van will come quickly and catch the thief and take them to jail. Thank you.
Well done. Very good, kids.
All the children's presentations were done, and finally the time had come for the result.
So today's winner is Gattu, Chinky, Hari and Bunty's group.
Yay! We won!
4 of them also reached on the stage running and took the award from the guest. Congratulations, kids!
Hooray! Yahoo!
Consequences of flying. Long time ago, a family resided in a city. 7-year-old Meenakshi and 8-year-old Manish were also in their family. Manish and Meenakshi used to lie often. They lied on each and every topic.
Take this.
You too.
Kids, what are you doing?
What kind of a noise is this?
It seems Mom and Dad are coming.
What will we do now?
We will do what we always do. Why are all clothes so messed up?
What have you done to your room?
We haven't done anything.
Yes, Mom. Some monkeys came from the window. They have done all of this.
Like this, They used to lie on every topic. Their parents were very upset due to this. One day, their parents went outside for some work, and kids were alone in the house. They were doing school homework in their room. Suddenly, they heard a voice from the living room, as if something had fallen.
Brother, what kind of noise is coming from the living room?
It seems thieves have entered our house.
Thief? What will we do now? Mom and Dad aren't home too.
Speak softly. Thieves will take us along with them if they hear our voice.
Brother, I am very much scared. I don't want to go with the thieves.
You don't need to worry. I am just calling Papa.
Saying this, Manish called his father, but his phone was switched off.
It seems Papa's phone is switched off.
What do we do now?
Seems now we have to do something.
But what?
Let me think now.
Saying this, he started thinking. Then after thinking for some time, he said,
Now we both have to do something so that they leave from here.
But how, brother?
If we convince them that elders are also there in the house, then they will definitely go.
Yes, that is a good idea.
Come with me. Now whatever I do, you also do the same.
Yes, I will.
They both came out of their room, and upon entering the living room, they found everything was messed up. And two thieves wearing black masks were about to enter their grandfather's room. Seeing this, Manish immediately came to his living room, faced towards his room, and in loud voice started saying,
Meenakshi, you won't learn like this. Wait, I'm calling Papa now.
On hearing their father's name, the thieves got scared and started running upstairs. Meenakshi too came out of the room. She saw the thieves running upstairs. She also shouted and said,
You think you will be happy complaining against me? Wait, I'm just calling Grandpa from upstairs.
On hearing grandfather's name too, thieves got scared and started running towards the kitchen. And once again, Manish shouted and said,
What will Grandpa do? Wait, I'm just calling Grandma from kitchen. She will teach you a lesson.
Now thieves got even more scared and they hid behind the sofa.
You had said that there's no one else except kids in this house. But everyone is here. I myself saw everyone going out from the house. Don't know when they came back. What shall we do now? Better run from here.
Saying this, both of them ran towards the main entrance of the house. Then Meenakshi shouted and said,
Wait, I'm just calling the police, uncle. He's right there outside the house. He will lock you up in jail.
Oh God, the police uncle is standing outside the house. As soon as possible, we shall jump from the window.
And both the thieves jumped from the window and ran away. Seeing them running like this, Manish and Meenakshi became very happy.
We tricked them out of the house.
And then their parents came back too. Seeing everything messed up in the house, their mother scolded them.
Who has messed up all of the stuff?
Kids told everything to their mother.
Mom, we have done this.
Yes, Mom. 2 thieves entered our house to steal expensive items. They scattered each and everything.
I see. But I can't see any thief here.
Yes, where are they now? We tricked them out of the house.
Listening to this, the parents thought that this time also the kids are lying, as usual. They scolded them and said,
We know that you both are lying as usual.
You both have messed the house. And as always, to cover yourself, this time also you are telling us a false story.
The kids explained to their parents a lot.
No, we are not lying. Those thieves have done all this.
We're telling the truth.
But their parents did not listen to them.
To escape punishment, you are lying to us. But this time, you will get punishment.
And your punishment is that now you will place all the things properly.
Saying this, their parents went to their room. Now Manish and Meenakshi understood how bad the effects of lying are. tears came in their eyes, and while crying they said,
Due to our habit of lying, Mom, Dad aren't trusting us.
Perhaps this is what happens when we lie. And both of them decided that
From today onwards, we'll never lie.
like this, Manish and Meenakshi learned their lesson, and after that, they never lied. So kids, the lesson which we learn from this story is that we should never lie, because after repeatedly lying, even if we tell the truth, then nobody's gonna believe us.
Eat healthy, stay healthy. Long time ago, a family lived in a city, and grandparents, along with their mummy papa, 8 years old Himanshu and 7 years old Himani, were there in their family. Both the kids were very much fond of junk food. Therefore, they used to eat pizza and burger all the time and refused to eat any fruit or vegetable.
No, we don't like vegetables and fruits at all.
We like only pizza and burger.
But children, if you won't eat vegetables and fruits, then your eyesight will become poor. And you have to wear specs in such a small age.
But they never used to listen to their mother.
No, we don't like vegetable and fruits.
One day, their mother explained them very lovingly.
Our eyesight becomes strong by eating fruits and green vegetables. And if your eyesight becomes poor, then you have to wear specs all the time.
Mother's affectionate words convinced Himani to eat fruit and vegetables.
Okay, Mom. From now, I will eat fruit and vegetable every day.
But Himanshu refused to listen to his mother.
No, Mom. I like pizza burger. Therefore, I will eat that only.
Now, mother stopped explaining Himanshu, and many days passed. Himani started eating fruit and vegetables daily, and Himanshu, like before, ate only pizza and burger. One day, Himanshu's teacher asked him in school,
Himanshu, come on, solve the question on blackboard.
When Himanshu looked at the blackboard, he found everything very blurred. He rubbed his eyes and looked once again, but still he found everything blurred. Teacher angrily scolded Himanshu when he was unable to answer.
Himanshu, are you not able to solve this easy question also? Wait, I'll call your parents to school right now.
Teacher left the classroom after saying this. She made a phone call, and after some time, Himanshu's mummy papa came to school.
I had asked Himanshu very simple question, but Himanshu could not solve as easy question as 2 plus 2.
What, Himanshu? You don't even know answer of such an easy question?
It seems you aren't studying well these days. No, Mom. I know very well 2 plus 2 adds up to 4. So why didn't you answer your teacher's question? The reason was I wasn't able to see what's written on board. I told you before, you should eat vegetable and fruits. See, your eyesight became so weak. If like Himani you had listened to me, then your eyesight wouldn't have been so poor. Sorry, Mom. From today I will eat vegetables and fruits daily.
By seeing Himanshu's crying like this, his mummy understood that Himanshu has now realized his mistake. She consoled Himanshu and said,
It's fine, Himanshu. Stop crying now. But if you eat vegetables and fruits daily, then it may be possible that your eyesight may become perfect again.
So till then, I shall buy good spectacles for you.
After listening to his mummy papa, Himanshu stopped crying and his father got his spectacles made. Like this, by eating fruit and vegetables, Himani's eyesight remained normal. And by not eating fruit and vegetables, Himanshu had to wear spectacles.
As usual, all the kids were sitting in the school bus. Bunty and Goody also boarded the bus at their stop.
Chinky, what have you brought in the tiffin today? I have brought upma today. Wow, my mother has made idli today. We will share it with everyone in the class.
Oh, but I forgot to bring the tiffin. If I run back to bring it, then mummy will scold me. It's okay, Bunty. We will share our tiffin with you. And we will also buy a sandwich from the canteen. Today Papa has given me pocket money. Thank you, yaar. You are my best friend. Yes, yes.
Soon they reached the school. All the kids went to their classrooms. After saying prayers to Goddess Saraswati, Principal Ma'am announces,
Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
I hope that you all are healthy and happy. Next week on the 10th, we have a bi-monthly parents-teachers meeting. You all have to bring your parents with you.
Okay, madam.
All clear? If anyone has a doubt, then you can ask your class teacher.
Understood, madam.
Okay, then go to your classes.
all the children went to their respective classes and the teachers start teaching them.
Good morning, kids. Take out your maths book.
Like this, all the other teachers also finished their classes. When all the classes were over, all the children came home.
How was your day today?
It was amazing, Mummy. Mummy, there is a parents-teachers meeting in our school on 10th. Both of you have to come.
All right, we will come.
And finally, it was the 10th of that month. Gattu and Chinky were getting ready for the school.
Mummy, our bus will be here very soon. We are leaving. But don't forget about the parents-teachers meeting in the second half. Do come, okay? And Mummy, please wear that red kurta.
Okay, dear. You should go and wait outside. The bus will be here at any moment.
The bus arrives in a few minutes and both the kids get into the bus. Mummy and Papa got ready and reached the school. Students of different classes were going into their classrooms. Excuse me, where is the parent-teacher meeting of class 2 being held? It's on the second floor, in room number 208. You should go there. Other kids were also going to their respective rooms. Many parents have come prepared. Papa Mummy also went into the room number 208.
Is this the second class? Yes. You are Gattu Chinky's parents, right?
Yes.
Please come in. Meeting is about to start in few minutes.
They both come in and take their seats. Gattu and Chinky were sitting in the first line, and Bunty was sitting in the second line, and Goody was in the third line.
Good morning to all the parents.
Good morning, ma'am.
Today we have organized a parents-teachers meeting because half-yearly exams are over. And now winter vacations will be starting in a few days. So we decided to discuss everyone's growth and marks because after half-yearly exams, we get only half year to make progress.
All the parents and kids were listening to the madam attentively.
So now I will call everyone one by one according to the register number.
Okay, madam.
According to the alphabet, Abha was first. Teacher handed over her mark sheet to Abha.
Abha, you got 72%.
Oh, that's a very less score.
Yes, she scored very less in maths because she paid less attention in class and does not revise the questions. Her percentage is less because her maths is weak.
But madam, I study a lot.
Yes, Abha. Abha is very good in social science. You can do one thing. Let her explore all the subjects for a few years and then she can choose a subject which she likes the most.
On the backside, Gattu's parents are happy seeing all this. I am very happy. Our children are studying in a very good school. It does not concentrate on knowledge from books only, but also on other things.
Yes, and the important thing is teachers are also very good. They take care of all the students and they also know what each student is good at.
That's when they hear Chinky's name. Chinky came forward. Mummy and Papa also came forward and sat on the chair.
I will call Gattu as well, as both are twins. We'll see their report card together. Gattu, please come here. You can also come forward. Both your children are very smart. The only difference is that Gattu is good at maths and science, while Chinky is good at language. Wow, what else? Gattu is also good in the sports team, but Chinky has shown weak performance. You should work on that.
Oh, she was a little weak for few days. That's why her immunity is weak. Gattu Chinky were listening to this by his side. Looking at Chinky, Madam said,
There is no need to worry, dear. No one is good at everything. If Gattu is good at sports, then Chinky is very active in participating in cultural programs. She also won second prize in the cultural week. Right, Chinky?
Thank you.
My daughter is the best in the world. Mummy and Madam were also looking at each other with lots of emotions. Gattu came and hugged his mummy.
Hey Gattu, what happened, dear? Don't worry. That is what I wanted to tell you. Just keep in mind that they can be interested in anything, but their growth should be complete. I believe that all children should have complete growth. Hence, marks are not everything.
You are right. We will give our best.
I believe in both of you completely, and as a school, we will also take care completely.
Both of them hold Gattu and Chinky's hand and leave the classroom.
If you are liking our videos, then like them, comment them and subscribe.